Welcome to the MMA stream. Thanks for joining us today. Our guest today is the very talented, exciting MVP of Bellator, Michael Venom Page. Michael, how are you doing today?
I am amazing. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So first off, you've done a really good job at self-promotion. You're probably the best in Bellator at that. Do you think that's becoming a necessary part of the fight game for fighters to develop themselves as promoters?
Yeah, 100%. It's weird though. It's something that I identified before I even made the step into MMA. When I was deciding I was going to do it, I kind of thought to myself, what do I need to be doing as well? And to be the whole package, you need to be able to promote yourself well. It's just that thing nowadays. In everything, you need to have a good promotion. And I'm still not pushing the way I actually know I can. So you'll see a lot more from me as well. But it's definitely important, as well as putting on a show and winning fights.
Now, you fight at Bellator 153 against Jeremy Holloway. Like a lot of fans, I was a little disappointed in the fact that you weren't taking a big step up in competition for this next fight. When do you think that time will come?
This fight actually wasn't supposed to go ahead. I kind of asked to see if I can get another fight in, and obviously because I had missed the fight, so I really wanted to get another one in before the summer starts. So this one was kind of a last minute thing and just kind of put together. So it's just another fight, and next time I think when it's going to be a bit more planned, a bit more organized, as I had the Fernando Gonzalez before, it's going to start going that way as well again after this fight.
There's been a big emphasis lately on the UFC and Bellator promoting big fights that the fans want and not necessarily fights between the best fighters. Obviously, Bellator running their tentpole events. Is that something that you focus more on, the entertainment side or the prize fighting side of fighting, or are you in it to get the championships as well?
Yeah, the championship is something that you're bound to do or bound to have to come up against when you're doing so well in the sport. So it's not something you can overlook. Even if you wanted to, if you're in the sport, you're in the sport to win championships. But I'm just not in a rush to do it. I've always said from the beginning, I feel more people are more a lot more impatient than I am. I'm just taking my time and enjoying my time in the sport, in the industry, and in the limelight.
Now that's an interesting strategy because you see a lot of younger fighters who they kind of get rushed to the top right away, 23, 24 years old, getting title shots, and sometimes that doesn't really work out for them, and then they have to retire earlier. Do you think that this is the smartest way to go for younger fighters, to not rush their way to the top and kind of just build themselves gradually?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's just and to be fair, if I had started MMA maybe a little bit younger or a few years before I actually did, then or maybe even if I did more amateur fights to begin with, I probably would have kind of just jumped straight in to the deep end and just start working my way from there. But just because of the way I started, I went straight into pro, and still had a lot to learn. And like I say, if I didn't pull off that kick, people wouldn't have heard about me until about maybe 3, 4, 5 fights in. I wouldn't even be on the main stage until that time. It's just that straight off the bat, I got from my first kick, I just got put straight on the limelight. So if I understand why people are impatient, because they feel like they've seen me for a long time already, but at the same time they've also been watching me as a beginner kind of grow through to intermediate to now the more senior level. So now I'm at this level. I'm excited to start taking the bigger fight.
Now, Bellator is starting to reach out globally. They have their event that they just did in Italy, and they've also started to do Bellator kickboxing. Would you be interested in doing an event in the United Kingdom soon, or trying your hand at kickboxing?
The kickboxing shows, if something comes up and it's timed correctly, where possibly I'm not having an MMA fight scheduled for a little while, then 100% I'd happily jump into the kickboxing. If the guys in Bellator, would allow it, then I'll do that. And obviously the international shows, I'd love to be a part of those kind of shows. Even the ones in Italy, I've got good support from the point score. I need to do a lot of competitions out in Italy, a lot of competitions around Europe. So I've got a lot of good support around Europe, and it would be good to fight and have familiar faces around. And 100% if they're in the UK, or when they come to the UK, then it's the same kind of thing. I'd love to fight in front of my hometown, if you know what I mean.
Now, on top of you being a very entertaining fighter, you've done pretty well so far in your mixed martial arts career. You have 8 of your 9 wins by finish. What happens on April 22nd?
It's the same thing. I put my hands on someone, trying to figure them out earlier in the round. Get my timing right, get my distance right, and once I got my timing and distance, and I figured out, his particular movements, particular habits, then I go in for the kill. That's when the Venom strikes.
Well, good luck in your fight at Bellator 153, and hopefully we get to see something special out of the MVP.
Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely.